Well, welcome on in. It's good to see everybody here. Let's see, day 2 of Titan Quest 2. So excited, so excited. I love this series. It's really been only one game, but they were updating it, and they had DLCs as early as, what, I think 3 years ago for the first game? And the game is not young. So I can't help but think that THQ really sees this as a labor of love. It's, of course, me saying that, so I don't really know how accurate that is, but based on... Well, the music's getting loud. Just based on the fact that we do have a Titan Quest 2, and the original game has been so well received over the years and has had continuous updates, patches, DLCs. It's a great game. I really think it's right there behind Diablo 2 as the best RTS ever. I never cared for Diablo 3 too much. I like the beginnings of it, you know. I like the idea of where the story was going, but there's so much of it that turned me off to Diablo. I love Diablo 4. I know there was a lot of complaints with it. It's just the modern gaming scene seems to just want to hate everything. And that's okay. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But there were a lot of things about Diablo 4 that I did like that reminded me of Diablo 2. It's a grind. These things shouldn't be instant gratification. And in Titan Quest 2, so far, I've been so happy to find the things that I have. It's very random. I can build around certain things that I find, but at the end of the day, what I find is usually workable within what I'm doing. And there's so many options within Titan Quest, the series, if you don't know this game, with your masteries that allow you to play in a build style that's just not so focused on one type of thing. Yes, you can be a dominant warrior with two-handed weapons, or, you know, whirlwind type barbarian style. You can go that tree. But if you wanted to spec a little bit into, like, say, fire or elemental things like storm or ice, in conjunction with that, you could. You don't have to go down that tree deep, but you could add those things if you want to. It's really amazing. I really do love this game, or this series. Let me make sure all of our links are set up on all of our channels that we're on. I'm streaming on YouTube and Twitch. We go here. There we go. I don't know how far we'll get. Hopefully we even, I played a little bit under a different one just to kind of like experiment with the UI, see if there was something I was missing. And there was a couple things I found out. I went to their Discord to find out if there was any gameplay features I was missing out. And selling items is easier than well, they're not obvious. I didn't see it in the help or the key bindings or anything, but if you hit shift and the left click of the item you want to sell, it just sells it. So I still think they need to fix that, make that a little bit clearer, or let me just double click. So on this other one, I just kind of went down a different build tree just to kind of experiment. This one's a Reaver though. This is us. So we're going to continue here. In the early access game, the main complaint that most players have had is like, it's just not, there's not much there. There's not much content. And from someone who played Baldur's Gate 3, the early access, let me just tell you, you never get out of Act 1. It's a ton of content, but there's a lot of stuff that came out when 1.0 came out for Baldur's Gate 3 that just wasn't in the early access, even though it was part of Chapter 1. So, look, all I can say is let them cook. This game is not designated to come out until...
by retribution, the mortal woke on a strange shore, alone.
Yeah, this game is not designated to come out 1.0, I don't think, until the end of next year. And at that time, it'll be twice what the early access price is at the moment. Right now, there's a 10% discount on top of the early rate. So if this is the kind of game you might like, I'd suggest maybe looking into it sooner than later. Also, the other thing that a lot of people were having issues with, and this is just me going to the Discord and looking at comments, is the inability to remember when I was looking at the health potions and struggling to kind of figure out what's going on there. Yes, by fighting, you get the ability to get some of your health potions back. I do think they need to add something like in Diablo 4 where something is visual so you can see what's going on. If like a little health globe is out there and you're near it and it binds to you, at least you can see what's going on. But I do have other factors here. If you look at my shield here, my barrier, what I did in my core here is I had barrier heal. So it does 10% total, reduce total barrier, but we regenerate health per second equal to 8% of the current barrier. Invigorating guard for 2.0 seconds after use, you heal for 100% of your damage taken. And then guard, we can only put 1 point in that. It says 400% increase global barrier decay rate. So yes, this is less, but I amped it up quite a bit too. So you can mitigate a lot of your necessity to heal right away by having that up. So there's ways to approach this that aren't just, by health potions. And that's the thing that I saw a lot was a lot of people are like, where's my health potion? I need health potions. I think the game's just giving you an option to say, look,
I need to wait.
you don't necessarily need that. I got hit quite a bit there. I was trying to take some damage to kind of show you guys what I was saying. But yeah, I mean, as all those hits that I took with the barrier on at the beginning, I really only went down to about a fifth maybe of my health. And that's me trying to take damage. So if you kind of do it right, there's obviously so many different ways to play this game. But if you do this a certain way, you can really mitigate your necessity to rely on things like health potions. Because healing will come naturally with some of these builds.
Hello?
Hello? And you do need to be dodging stuff, obviously. And see, I have the barrier on, even though nobody's around me, so my health was moved up real fast there in that situation. So, when I had it on. But yeah, the game is somewhat designed for you to not dodge, that's probably not a good word, but you can dash. Well, it calls it dodge, but it's more of a dash. If you go like over here and you're like that's a dash. That's not a dodge. But I get what they're trying to say.
I can't do that.
Oh, we have a full inventory. Oh man, what are we gonna do? I bet you we could go to the other village and sell our stuff, but for right now we'll continue on. Nice. Finding all this stuff, but I don't have a place to put it. Large bull-faced man coin. An ancient coin from a bygone era found on the beach where I washed ashore. It's strangely warm. I do like how gold is just automatically picked up. I said it yesterday, but that was kind of a criticism that Diablo 4 had. It's like, no. When Diablo, the remaster, Diablo 2,
More energy.
it was like, why Why are we have an auto pickup option? That should be that's the Diablo grind, and that's true. It is part of the Diablo grind, but it's funny. The same, I wouldn't say the same people, but with everybody complaining about how Diablo 4 is such a grind and this and that, and yet people want to like grind things like pick up gold, like manually pick up all the gold. It's kind of funny. Let's see. Don't know where we're at. Let's take a look. Yeah, they arrange the rings kind of weird. It always wants to do something like that. Can't wear these boots. Can't wear this. This is more of a caster.
You're alive. Thank the gods. Remember the charm, Mythology, shaped like a horse. That's me. We must have separated in the wreck. Hurry, find me.
And I just absolutely love the music in this game so far. Oh yeah, we got this big old mace. I wanted to try this out. I forgot about that. Let's give this big old weapon a try. Did a lot of damage. Hopefully we find a vendor soon. See, he didn't do any damage to me even though he was right up on me. I wonder if the mace is actually stunning him a bit. Large serpent coin. Yeah, I took almost no damage. So maybe this is the way to go. Even though I don't have a shield, maybe this is the way. My son was asking me about this game because he knew how much I loved Titan Quest, the original. He asked, like, do you have some of the same builds as before where you have options? I said, yeah. There's another coin. Okay.
That's not possible.
Oh. Gotta make room. Let's get rid of some of these. I don't think I noticed this, but I have amulets. 11% increased cooldown rate. This is lightning resistance and ailment chance. This is fire resistant and energy barrier, so I think that's the way to go. I'm not too worried about the energy, the fire, but that extra barrier helps. Ring of Carnage. Let's see what that is. Increases physical damage, so that's good. That's what we have so far. Spell damage and critical hit chance. A 10% physical damage? I'm going to go with that. That's all we're really doing is physical. Energy barrier, critical hit, weapon vitality damage, and ailment power. All those are good. but maybe I can get some money for it. Resistant gold ring of death. Okay. Oops. Okay. Oh, and I need to make sure my YouTube is going, because I normally have it playing while I'm streaming, so that I can make sure there's no issues going on. Sorry. Okay, good. Just want to make sure it's working good. Okay. Yeah, be sure to check out the channel. I am still working on some video, but I don't like releasing videos that I don't feel comfortable are meeting a quality that I want. There's one I'm doing for Dune, and in that video it's very specifically a storytelling version of the Dune story of the game that just came out. I should have looked closer over here. There's probably a vendor. I'd be shocked if there's not, right by this portal where we came in, because, you know, that would just make sense. Maybe there's not. But as you approach the statue, you feel the impression of 3 beasts, a lion, a dolphin, and an owl. The beasts call out to you, each beckoning you to join them. We could either imagine observing the world with the wise owl, we could be diving with the nimble dolphin, or be wrestling with the mighty lion. So this is clearly a strength, agility, or wisdom, or knowledge boon. Oh, Master Sledge of Carnage.
I can't do that.
We're gonna pick it up because it's obviously better than what we have. What is this? Ooh. But it's a 2-hand, so is it any better than what we have? Because the other one's a 1-hand. I don't think so. It's good, but it's not as good as what we have for this big old mace this 2-handed mace. It does less damage, but it's also it's slower because it doesn't increase on the stats here. There's no increased weapon damage, whereas the one that we're carrying has a 7% increased attack and cast speed. So yeah, we're going to keep what we have. Oops. Anything back here? I thought maybe there would be a vendor up here, but there's not. Unfortunately. There's some dudes over here. What are they doing? Lennon Greaves. Okay. All right. I'm stuck. Okay. That was weird. Okay. I'm going to check over here real quick. I'm thinking there's got to be a vendor nearby where we came in. Maybe there's not. Get the ring. Get rid of one of these non-magical items. Get a couple of them, because we're probably going to run into something between now and when I find a vendor. Okay. Nothing. But if I portal out and come back, everything will respawn. So let's just keep going. All right. Dogs are acting up. Of course, it's time for them to eat. It's way past their time to eat. Who knows what they're barking at? And one thing I noticed yesterday is that some of these monsters would respawn really fast. And that was a bit odd to me. Because sometimes you need to, research the area, find out what's going on, but you don't want to keep coming back and clearing a hard area over and over. Not that this area is hard, but it just got me thinking. It's like, well,
That's not possible.
explosive cudgel. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. Okay. Okay. It's better. Oh, this must be where we put the coins. The statue of Heracles. Achilleos, the river god, courted the lovely Denaria in 3 forms: a charging bull, a coiled serpent, a bull-faced man, until Heracles challenged the god for Denaria's hand. Heracles defeated Achilleos, and ever after Heracles delighted in burning the symbols of his enemy to ash. Well, I thought I put it in. There. Okay. We got resistance spalders of parrying. Ooh. Let's check that out. So, oh, okay, so it's better than what we have. This is medium armor, so that's great. Cold resistance, lightning resistance, and glancing hit chance, but also 52 armor. So let's put that on. We do need to get some better armbands at some point. Maybe we don't have anything. Oh, also I haven't upgraded. I'm going to put some in agility now. I'm going to put a little bit more into vigor. And then our masteries. I have 2 active points. Now active points you can put into core or over here in either warfare or rogue, whatever you want to do. We also have a divinity point. So we have 2 layers here. So if we were to put a point here, we would need 4 points here to get a bonus. You can see what they are. They're armor, damage, or regeneration. Regeneration is, while affected by combat rush, gain 15% increased health regeneration. So again, there's multiple ways to get your health back in this game. Battle rage, then battle hardened. I have 2 here. What would be the bonuses here in the feats? We would have damage and strike and pierce. I don't know if I want to use those. It's okay. 10% physical damage, 10% piercing damage, and then striking. So if you were like using bows, this would be great for pierce. Strike. Part of me keeps thinking I use this all the time to just keep going down this tree, What do we have? After the ability ends, a whirl continues to deal 8% weapon damage every 0.25. Oh, so this is more like a DPS thing. Ah, okay. Let's do that. Because after we do it, it'll continue to dot the enemy. That's good. But again, we have these passives, and we can put them here if we want to. I want to look at rogue, though. Increase attack speed, or damage. Yeah, I'm going to keep going down the speed tree. And I really want to unlock this when we can. The one for warfare looked really good with this combat rush with regeneration. But I really love this one right here, lifesteal. I want to get to this. I really need to focus. I don't think the game is going to let me get that far. I don't know if the game is going to last that long, but we can. Oh, so I can't use. I need might 66. This is weird. So as I leveled, the weapon out leveled me. It doesn't make sense. Like at all. Okay, so I can put one mastery here. The divinity. That's what it was trying to tell me. Because I've been using it. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I'm going to definitely put in a ticket about that. Don't like that at all. If you're at whatever level you are to unlock it, it should remain static. Yeah, not a fan. Okay, let's compare with what we have. Oops. Accidentally press my Windows button. This would be better. And then this shield would be better. Okay. Then over here, go ahead and put this here for a bow. Yeah, again, I'm just a little baffled that they did that. Repository, what do we have here? Gold. Quests. Crafting. I bet you the repository was those coins that we had. So, tab. Okay, let's get going. I'm just baffled by that. I never would have expected to see that in an RTS. Yeah, because once you get a level, once you get an item and you're at that level, unless you remove those stats, those should be constant.
I can't do that.
Okay, so let's get rid of some non-magical items so we can. Yeah, there we go.
Get your claws off me! Ah, there. Thank the gods.
You're a talking horse.
Not just any talking horse. The talking horse that saved your life.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Aristino charged me with helping you reach the Moirai and keeping you safe. A goddess is hunting you, and I had no idea how to reach the Moirai. At least Nemesis seems to think you're dead for now. That's some good news. Well, one step at a time. Let's find out where we are.
Okay. And so I guess from now on going forward, oh, we got 4 divinity. From now on going forward, I'm probably going to put points in agility and might, unless I get behind and I do need some extra health or something. But I need these two for the type of build I'm doing. So now that I know weapons can be can out level you somehow, some way, even though the stats don't change. Yeah, now I'm gonna have to rethink that. So we have 4 divinity points. So we're gonna put 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna need one more to get to divinity 6. But I'm still gonna keep points here because I keep wanting. I keep needing the attack speed to go up. So that's probably the way because of those two piers. Let's go this way first. I was pressing the wrong buttons. Okay. Yeah, do you see that? When I do the sweeping strike, you see how it continues? That's neat. So that's what I'm saying, that there are visual representations of things that you need in this game.
Perhaps there's a village further up this road.
So you would think that, you know, little things like the health things would also be part of that, like the little health potions or something. Yeah, all this loot I'm leaving behind because I got no vendor. So
What happened here?
Not enough energy.
okay. I'm not really taking a lot of damage, so it's just as well. I mean, I'd still would prefer to have my
This merchant again.
merchant.
Remember?
Okay,
Money. Who cares about money?
there we go.
Langsy Road. I can't wait to leave this godforsaken coast behind me.
You wouldn't happen to have a spare axle, would you?
Left it in my other pouch.
Funny. Well, if you want to buy something, let me know.
Let's do a trade. Okay, so let's do this. So again, what I'm doing is I'm holding shift and then left clicking. This is light armor. It has a lot less stats to it, not just the armor being better by 1, but it's also light armor, so I'm kind of tempted, but I'm going to keep what I have because there's just so many extra little bonuses to it. So, oh, also, let's look at this. Ooh, that's much better. I didn't know I had that. Okay, penetrable heavy greaves. Okay, these are like robes. There we go. So we're gonna sell those. And here's the problem, is that I almost feel like I need to keep, no, this one I'm going to get rid of. But I almost feel like I need to keep some of these because I should be statted into them. It's just, it's not giving it to me. 1921, 1416. Oh, and some of these can be used as a offhand weapon. But I really think they need to tell you more specifically which ones can be offhand, which ones can't. So this here, that there. I'm going to sell these. Yeah. In resistant inlane spalders of pairing. It's definitely not better than what we have, but sell that. Okay, now let's get into the whole. What weapons can I use now? Because they don't have any. Okay, doesn't matter. Shield. Oh, here's the first big shield I've seen. Resistant iron of sanctuary, fire resistance, extra energy, and more energy barrier. That's pretty good. We have 3,410 gold or whatever. What do we got for armor again? Ain't none of this. Oh, resistant linen cap. So this is light armor. Has more armor. but not nearly as good of stats. So yeah. So hopefully we'll get to our next level soon, and maybe we can come back to one of these weapons that we had been using. I'm gonna sell this though. I'm gonna hold on to the no. I'm actually just curious to see what it looks like. Let me see. Kind of like a bandit's hat. Interesting. So sell that too. Yeah, we'll hold on to these two, and then maybe. And there's a night-day cycle. That's amazing. I love that. I love games with night-day cycle. I'm a sucker for it. Been kind of pining to play Cyberpunk again. Haven't played it since the latest patch, which my understanding is there's not a ton that they added, but it's like anything else. It's free, and anytime they add extra stuff for free, hey, they don't have to do that. Everybody talks about how it's an older game now, and it's not an older game. It's like 5 years old, almost 5 years old.
They say only a god can open the temple of the Moirai. So first, we have to find a god, and then we have to find the Moirai temple. I wish Aristino were here. Your mentor always had a plan.
But yeah, if you guys want to see anything Cyberpunk related, let me know. I mean, I just need the smallest of excuse to get in with Cyberpunk. It is still, I said this on the podcast, we were going over our favorite games, and as an RPG, for me, I do believe Cyberpunk 2077 is my favorite RPG of all time. There's nothing about it that I don't like. I was a little hung up on the first person view. I'm like, why? If they did it with The Witcher, but there's a whole narrative reason for it. There's a lore reason for it. There's actually a philosophical reason for it. So they didn't do anything wrong with that choice. I don't mind it, actually. Over the years, I've grown to really like it. Just because there's a specific reason for it. It's not like Skyrim or Oblivion, where you can play like that if you want to, and sometimes it's better. But what I always hated about those games is that when you play in first person and you're looking out to the world, it's almost like you're at a gnome height looking out, like you're in the middle of the chest where the camera is. You're not from your perspective of the head. It's almost like you're right in the middle of the chest, and it's just it's so unnerving to me. So I always like to play it zoomed out a little bit. If it was over the shoulder, that would be even better.